Jessica, you guys have been asking me a lot about my morning routine, so I figured I'd just make a video and post it so that everyone can have access to what my morning routine is right now, currently in my life. And it's always evolving. I do think it's very important to have some sort of a balance and routine and system when you wake up so that you can develop really amazing habits for your entire day. So I want to make this as simple as possible for you guys, so I'm going to create a list as we go through that gives you steps for creating your morning routine. But first, I want to talk about your nightly routine that sets you up for the morning. At a bare minimum, making sure that you are setting your alarm and then turning your phone onto airplane mode so that you're not getting dings and whistles, people emailing you, texting you late at night, which is disrupting your sleep cycle, and that can affect your morning routine. So this is my 1 hour morning routine. Right when you get up and you jump out of your bed, immediately upon your alarm, no pressing snooze, right? Let's get right into it. Step number 1 is making your bed. This is so important. It really declutters your entire mind and gets you ready for your day. You don't want to go into the day thinking that your life is cluttered, your mind is cluttered, your brain is cluttered, and then you can't get your work done. You really want to start your day by making your bed, and then when you come back to your bed at night, it's already made for you. This is a sense of accomplishment, it's a sense of psychological wellness, and I really think that it's important. It's step number 1. It's my everyday step number 1. Step number 2 is brushing your teeth. I run down the stairs in the morning and I brush my teeth right away. I know some people sometimes brush their teeth after drinking coffee or whatever they do, but I brush my teeth again after I drink coffee. I don't like waking up with weird, sour bed taste in my mouth. I don't know what to call it, right? Everyone's got it. So I like to jump right up, ground myself, make my bed, and then I go downstairs and I brush my teeth. Step number 3, I do a quick 3 minutes of yoga. Guys, 3 minutes, sun salutations, a sun salutation. I typically go up into mountain pose, come back down, hands come to heart center, and then what I do is I set my intention for the day here in Samastitihi. And that intention can be whatever. It could be something I'm grateful for. It can be something that I'm striving towards. It could be my mantra for the day, whatever that might be. But today, for example, my intention for the day was belief. So I really want to challenge you guys. 3 minutes, it's only 3 minutes out of your entire hour that you're getting a quick little bit of yoga in. And again, I'm a yoga teacher. I do more than an hour of yoga every single day. So 3 minutes to me is nothing. It's just waking my body up, getting my muscles moving. I may do a little bit of cat and cow, going back to child's pose, taking a rest, and then again I do 3 rolls through a sun A salutation, which for me is a mountain pose, hands coming to heart center, setting my intention. I go into a forward fold, into a ragdoll, opening up my back of my lower spine, and then I'm coming up into halfway lift, folding down, going through a full chaturanga, high to low, and then I come up and I repeat that 2 more times. So again, just 3 times through. I go the first time really slow, I set my intention, and then I meditatively flow through the second 2 times that I'm doing my yoga flow. Your yoga flow in the morning can be anything, but it's just getting your body moving first thing in the morning, which is really important. If you're not into that at all and you're like, ew, this is disgusting mumbo jumbo bullcrap, then go ahead and give me 10 jumping jacks, 10 push-ups, 10 crunches, 10 burpees. And get your body moving, get the blood flowing, and get things going right in the morning, first thing. Alright, so after my little bit of yoga, that's when I get into my meditation. So my 3rd step is really a yoga / meditation. I do, again, that 3 minutes or more of yoga, whatever you can fit in your morning. You do your sun A salutation, and then you sit down for a really nice meditation. So I've got my mantra, my intention, and then I'm going to do a quick 10 to 20 minutes meditation, whatever works for you and your morning. So a couple quick tips for your meditation. You can actually use a recording. There's a bunch of apps out there, the Calm app, some other apps that you can utilize, or you can use a recording off of YouTube. I sometimes use the Tony Robbins guided meditation. It's about 13, 14 minutes, I believe, maybe 15 minutes, and you can just press play, close your eyes, and he'll guide you through 3 steps of gratitude and 3 to thrive, which is amazing. So I use that in the morning. There's sometimes when I just want music and I just want calm, and I'll turn on just a plain music for meditation. So post-meditation, that's when I start my journaling practice. Now this can be 1 minute, it can be 10 minutes, it can be 20 minutes. I know some people don't like to write. For me, I just free flow, so it takes me as long as it takes me, but sometimes it's 3 minutes, sometimes it's 10 minutes, and I really just like to write down what came up for me in that meditation, what my intention is for the day, maybe a list of things that I need to get done that day, and then I list them into priority. And one thing that I found really, really helpful, especially from the book Essentialism, which I highly recommend, is taking the top things that you need to do during the day. So say you have 6 really important things that you need to do during the day. You write down a list of all 6 of those things in order of priority, and then you cross off the bottom 5. I know that's difficult, but that really gives me focus and clarity to take massive action on that first priority piece. Get it done. I'm not multitasking. I'm not all over the place, and then I can go down that list and rewire it. So really that's what I'm doing when I'm journaling, but sometimes it just comes out in a free flow of emotions. Sometimes I'm feeling a little vulnerable and authentic and transparent, and I just want to get it all out on paper. Sometimes I want to share it. Sometimes I don't. So it's a really private practice, but I really, really highly recommend journaling because I think that it can really just interlace a mind, spirit, and body connection that you're not going to get if you don't write things down. What's written is real, and that's when you're going to start to take massive action to living a peak performance lifestyle. Okay guys, step number 4. You may or may not like step number 4, but it's for me almost the most important step. It's so essential. I could not be where I am today unless I practiced this habit every day in my life. So step number 4 is your cold plunge, your ice bath, your Wim Hof method. And it includes both breathing, which you just went through your yoga flow. So you're gonna continue, introduce your Wim Hof breathing, making it inhales and then sharp exhales. You can watch videos on this, but I do the Wim Hof method, and yeah, so you take your first morning cold plunge. I was first introduced to Wim Hof at a Tony Robbins conference. Wim was there and he spoke to us and really took us through the breathing and took us into a really deep hypnosis. And from there on out, I was like, who is this guy? I need to do what he's doing. That was back in 2016. It's 2018 now, and I'm still doing this every single day. I think 2017, I went to a conference, a summit. It was called the High Performance Summit, and essentially a bunch of Wim Hof experts and trainers came in and they trained us how to breathe and how to do a proper ice bath. So I will say that I don't recommend that you just start jumping in ice baths if you have high blood pressure or if there's anything that you have in terms of a health issue, but I would suggest getting the training or looking at YouTube videos and getting yourself acclimated. If you don't have time for that or you feel a little bit nervous, a really great way to get started, and again, just to get started, to take that small step, is to jump right in the shower and take a cold shower. So a 3-minute cold shower or an ice cold plunge. So going from cold plunging in California, where I would wake up, it would be super sunny, I'd put my bikini on, and I'd have my little cooler, I'd dump a bunch of ice in it. I have a freezer outside that makes ice. I dump it in my cooler every morning, fill it up with the hose. Super easy, takes a minute, right? Very, very easy. I've got that freezer that makes the ice. I've got the hose right there, ready to go. And I have this really huge cooler. I'm really small, I'm only 5 feet tall. I weigh about 95 pounds, so I jump right in that cooler. It is cold here, so it has been a little bit harder for me to get my step number 4 in, which is my cold plunging, but I've been doing it every day, and I'm really, really excited to share it with you because no matter where you are in the world, you can do this. Wim Hof introduced it. He was living in a very cold part of the world, so he's just going out and sitting on the ice or swimming in ice water. If you have the luxury of, you know, being in Aspen or somewhere really amazing, and you have, you know, water right outside your house, flowing waterfalls that are ice cold, go ahead and jump in that natural water. But for me, I don't have that luxury right now, so what I'm doing is the best I can, which is I'm taking either an ice cold shower if I don't have access to my ice bath, or I'm filling up my bath, my cooler, with a bunch of ice, and I'm actually doing my ice bath. This really starts my day out right, it gets my gears rolling, and the reason why I'm doing it is to not only wake up my body, but it also puts me in a peak performance state, it raises my energy level, it's an immune booster, and it's going to bring me up into a higher state for the rest of my day. So my energy is going to be higher, my inflammation is going to go down in my body, and I'm really going to be able to have a peak performance day. Not only does ice plunging help out your inflammation, but it also helps out if you're in a depressed state. So if you suffer from panic attacks, which I have before, and anxiety, which of course I have before, then you're gonna wanna start cold plunging, and I really suggest you take the training because it has changed my entire life. There was one point in my life, probably about 4 years ago now, where I was having panic attacks. I went to the hospital in the middle of the night because I thought I was having a heart attack. It was all anxiety driven. It was panic attacks from working too hard and not living the right lifestyle. So I'm very passionate. If you are in a depressed state, if you suffer from anxiety, if you suffer from panic attacks, and I've even known friends that have used it to help with postpartum, then you want to try cold plunging. Again, really easy. If you don't have access to an ice bath, then go ahead and take your 3-minute cold shower. 3 minutes for a reason, keep it cold, and then you can turn it up a little warmer once you're done. Be careful turning the cold water from ice cold to hot. You can shock your body, so maybe gradually take it to a lukewarm state just to warm your body right before you jump out of the shower, especially if you're in New England. Wim Hof also teaches that you're breathing after your ice cold bath or your ice cold shower, and so then you're using that momentum and that body movement and that exhaling to bring that warmth back into your body. Try it out. Okay guys, the next 3 minutes, because our Wim Hof took about 6 minutes of our day, the next 3 minutes is going to be about our green before brown. So sometimes I call it my green and gold before brown, but it'll all make sense in a minute. This is my favorite part. I actually put out some supplements that I'm going to be talking about really quickly that I put into my morning routine. So my green and gold before brown typically stands for I get my greens in and I get my gold, which is my turmeric, before my brown, which is my coffee. And I'm not saying my coffee's unhealthy. Typically I'm drinking coffee that I brew myself because I have a coffee brewer and order my own beans. Or I'm talking about my 4 Sigmatic mushroom coffee, which I love drinking every single morning. It's got really cool flavor to it, and it either has cordyceps or lion's mane or reishi in it, and I really highly suggest that you check out 4 Sigmatic coffee because they have become part of my routine. So I'm either making a cup of 4 Sigmatic coffee or I'm making a cup of my own homebrewed coffee blend, but every time that I'm drinking coffee, I have to drink my greens before that. I have to alkalize with water and apple cider vinegar, which is my gold, or my turmeric. So typically what I'm doing in the morning is I'm gonna make a quick little green drink. So a little bit of water, and then typically what I do is I take my green superfood. So this is all raw organic. It's Garden of Life is the one that I use. Sometimes I get the ginger flavored one as well because it can be really nice taste. This actually tastes really earthy, so depending on what you're looking for there, but it's alkalizing, it's detoxifying, it's energizing, it's vegan, it's gluten-free, it's soy-free. So after all that, I'm feeling a little thirsty, I need hydration, I'm drinking at least 32 ounces of water throughout my morning, and then my breakfast is very simple. So I encourage you guys to create a ritual or a habit around your breakfast so that it's not something that you have to make a decision about. But we make a ton of decisions during the day. The more decisions that we can take off our plate and naturally create a flow into a habit or a lifestyle that we've created, a system, a process, then we're gonna have more time for creativity in our minds. So for me, I have been using smoothies as my breakfast. I am whole foods plant-based. I'm eating whole foods and plant-based products, all organic. So really for me, I've been using Project Juice Sub-Zero. Shout out Project Juice. They actually sponsored my last retreat, so thank you guys so much, and I've gotten into their Sub-Zero superfoods. So they send them in this huge box. It comes to me, it's got dry ice, so they're just all contained, they're cold, and I pop them right in the freezer. There's 24 in the pack, and then I use them them throughout the month, which is amazing. So it's just really a time saver, and I really want to get into what I'm putting in this smoothie. As you see behind me, there's a lot of supplements and things that I've placed behind me for good reason, because I want to go through each one of these and just let you know what I'm putting in this morning smoothie and how it's really enhancing the rest of my day. Alright guys, so I'm going to try to go through each one of these supplements and hold them really close to the camera so that you can see everything that's going on and everything that I'm putting into my smoothie. So I get my superfood smoothie pack from Sub-Zero Project Juice, all organic, all vegan, and I place that into my NutriBlender, and then you're good to add the rest of your supplements. Or if you want to be super easy, just go ahead and add that non-dairy milk and go to town. That's your morning. But I'm going to show you what I do, because I really feel that these supplements have enhanced my life, and they're going to give me energy, and they're going to avoid all these diseases and inflammation and everything that causes dis-ease or disease in your life. So I really want to talk about them. So here we go. Let's get into it. Alright, so you guys know by now that I'm a fan of mushrooms. I drink my Four Sigmatic mushroom coffee in the morning, but I'm also getting my mushrooms in a different way in the morning. So what I'm doing to make my smoothie, I'm adding in my adaptogenic. So this is a Nima Mundi Apothecary. It's a mushroom superfood, and it's going right into my drink. It actually has reishi mushrooms in it. It's got lion's mane. It's got chaga in there. It's got cordyceps. It's a really, really great blend of mushrooms. So I'm putting this right in my smoothie. And then since I know that there's great benefits of reishi, I'm actually putting extra organic grown reishi small farm mix. Fountain of youth. It's just the most wonderful stuff. So I'm putting this directly into my smoothie as well. So in addition to adding that to my smoothie blend, I'm also putting greens in there. So that's where your raw protein and greens comes in. That's what I'm using currently right now. It's by Garden of Life, but I've used Amazing Grass before and some other brands like Vega. Not sure if that's the right pronunciation, but I've been using some brands and testing them out. So just trying to get the right flavor, but right now I'm using my raw proteins and greens. It's unsweetened. I can kind of go through it for you guys here. But it's an organic plant-based formula. It's all vegan, it's clean, it's traceable, it's pure, it's got everything that you need in it. It's a protein boost, and it's got sprouted organic spinach, kale, broccoli, alfalfa, everything that you need is in here. So just one scoop of that, gluten-free, dairy-free, all that good stuff. And then I actually use Vita powder in my mix as well. It alkalizes my body, so again, I'm getting that extra kick of green. Into my smoothie mixes. So that's what I'm adding into my smoothie. Then I add my non-dairy milk, so milkadamia or hemp milk or coconut milk or whatever I'm adding. I like hemp milk these days, but always try to switch it up to give my body extra proteins and extra kind of variety in it. But I get organic boxed milks. Be really careful about whether you're getting original, unsweetened, sweetened, because a lot of them can have some crazy amounts of sugar in them, so you really have to read all of your labels and make sure that you're getting really nice organic vegan non-dairy milk. That's my smoothie. I'm really excited that I shared that with you guys. Alright guys, so what do I take with my smoothie? I'm glad you asked. At this point I'm drinking a smoothie and I'm drinking my coffee because that's just what I like to do. I love the cold and the hot together. It's just me. You don't have to do it that way, but what I'm taking in the morning is I'm making sure that I'm getting my greens in. I take wheatgrass, I take spirulina, sometimes this is in powder form, sometimes I take the pill. These are the supplements. So these are all organic products. And then chlorella as well. Green superfood, and there you go. Awesome. Cool. So I think I've gone through all of these. We've got our turmeric force, so if you're not putting your turmeric in your drink in the morning that alkalizes your body, you can always take a supplement of turmeric. And yeah, I'm using New Chapter right now, but I've tried a bunch of different versions of it. And then if you're feeling in the mood like you need some digestive boosts, always take an activated charcoal. I don't take these every day, only when I need them, but activated charcoal is always so great for your system. Alright guys, more mushrooms. Sorry to bombard you with the mushrooms, but I love them. They are my life force and I take them every single day. So let me go through these for you guys. So I'm going to start with lion's mane. Lion's mane is awesome. It stimulates nerve cells in the brain. It stimulates growth of cells. It's really amazing for neurological functioning, and I'm pumped about it. Let's dive into it. Lion's mane really is wonderful for memory and nerve support. I take Host Defense. I love Host Defense. I'm a huge fan of Paul Stamets, so if you haven't read anything by Paul, or there was even a recent podcast that Tim Ferriss posted talking to Paul and his stories about carpenter ants and how he's been able to use both lion's mane and many other mushrooms is just groundbreaking. So I really, really highly recommend Tim Ferriss's podcast with Paul, but also doing your own research on mushrooms and how they can help you. So I take this lion's mane. It prevents a lot of neurological diseases such as dementia. My Grammy, who lived to be 98 years old, actually suffered from Alzheimer's and dementia late in life, and it really affected the way that we communicated with her. She didn't know who we were, and if I can grow to an old age and be really witty and just on top of my game mentally, then I'm gonna be really, really happy. So lion's mane is the stuff for you. It helps with nerve support and a lot of other things, including cancers. So I really highly recommend that you take lion's mane once a day. This is 2 capsules, I believe, per, 2 capsules that you take per day. So there you go, there's your lion's mane for the day. Next, reishi. So of course I'm putting reishi into my morning smoothie. So if I'm putting reishi into my morning smoothie, I actually won't take one of these daily, but if it's a smoothie where I don't have my reishi elixir into it, I'm actually gonna take a Host Defense organic supplement. It supports a healthy heart among many other things, cancers and other things, and yeah, so I really love Paul Stamets' Host Defense reishi, and I'll take that again, once again, if I am not putting my reishi into my smoothie. I'm not overdosing on all these mushrooms every day, but I'm getting a healthy amount. Reishi boosts your immune system. So instead of getting a flu shot every year, which I never recommend, you should just take your reishi supplements instead, and I guarantee you're never gonna get sick. The second that I went Whole Foods plant-based, I haven't been sick since. And that means winter sickness, summer sickness, whatever it may be, because I'm taking care of my body, I'm nurturing it with foods, and I'm taking my reishi, taking my lion's mane, I'm preventing all of this inflammation in my body, and there's gonna be no more mucus buildup in there because I'm taking care of it. So I really, really highly recommend that you're taking your reishi supplements instead of getting a flu shot every single winter. Check it out for yourself, look into it, but yeah, that's all I have to say about reishi. I just love it. Last but not least, woo, my cordyceps. This is my energy support, guys, going crazy. As you can see, I already took one today. My cordyceps are amazing. This, again, Paul Stamets created these. It's an all organic energy support organic mushrooms. So essentially, cordyceps are immune tonic. Basically, they renew antioxidants in our DNA, and they can help with your kidneys, they can help with your heart. There's a lot of things that they can do. They can also lower your cholesterol levels, but the most important thing that they do is they provide energy support for the rest of your day. So I feel always bomb when I take my cordyceps, and yeah, I just love them so much. So if you guys want to check them out, check out these cordyceps. Host Defense is the brand that I'm using right now. Reishi is great for cholesterol, and it's great for high blood pressure. You can take it instead of your heart disease medication. Obviously, talk to your doctor about that first, but I really think that you can be all plant-based and find supplements like mushrooms and other things in plants that can really help your cholesterol and your blood pressure. So if you've suffered from some sort of heart disease or heart attack, again, ask your doctor, or maybe try to go to a holistic practitioner to see what you can do and what you can take to lower your cholesterol, lower your blood pressure, and stop some of the heart disease that's really been causing mayhem on our population these days. So after I've done my yoga and my meditation, my cold plunge, and then I've had my green drink and my coffee is ready for me right there, ready to drink, my Four Sigmatic mushroom coffee, after I've done all that, I'm getting ready for my morning. That's the end of my morning routine. I hope you guys liked it. Please click below to subscribe to my channel for more amazing content. Thank you guys so much. Love you.